episode 34 of the Gachi Akuta podcast. Oh, I said the wrong name. I meant Kagurabachi. Damn it. Damn it. I wish we were the Gachi Akuta podcast.
That shit got canceled.
No,
that's
the
King
good
Guna.
one. Yes. Oh. Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
The name of my league character. Well, my league profile.
That's what you named him?
I named him Duke of Weebdom because my usual alias was taken.
Savage. But awesome that the Dukes of Weebdom name is getting out there.
I hope people will furiously Google me when I kill them now.
And find us.
Yes.
Hating on them in those moments.
I'll take hate watches. Hate watches are allowed.
Bring it.
So did you Kagura your bachi?
I did.
No, you did? You did?
All of it.
All of it?
I'm caught up.
So you see what I meant? Like, that was a nice little human moment for him.
Yes. Did you see the next chapter?
I did.
You know what I was thinking too, though? In this current chapter. I don't know how I didn't notice it beforehand. He's got the black koi fish sword, or in this they said goldfish. I don't know
goldfish, yeah. Because he had little goldfishes.
Yeah.
In his...
So, he's got that magic sword. Is the other sword also magic, you think?
I also wondered that today.
So
why would you keep a normal sword if you have a magic sword?
Right, well, he's about to get the cloud whatever, you would think.
Yeah,
the cloud gouger?
Yeah, gouger. Yeah. Yes. I was like, it was a badass name, but I wanted to remember it.
So I was like, oh, is he just going to get now 2?
That'd be dope.
That would be dope. But
I wonder if the goldfish, there'll be like animations of goldfishes going through clouds.
I just picture the OG Zabuza fight when he summons the mist stuff that they fight in. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
But I'm digging it. I do think he's a little overtuned now with having the straight up fucking Meliodas full counter, it seems. Well, not with a boost, but still.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, he hasn't had anyone real to fight, you know what I mean?
Just had like Russian doll bombs.
Yeah, and whatever this guy's doing. So.
Well, that's what I meant what he's doing. He's doing like little Matryoshka dolls that explode.
Right, and then the other guy was what, a tree?
Yeah.
Or something. So.
There could be bigger hacks.
Well, I assume whenever he goes to fight someone with one of these enchanted swords, that would be a more challenging endeavor to...
Especially with how they described it, too.
Yeah. But...
I mean, like, amplifies all your shit in your body, goes through the sword even more, and, like, so much that I can't even hold it inside.
So, yeah, it, like, basically forces it into reality.
So it's a lot stronger than whatever base sorcery looks like so far. Though I do love his, like... sidekick guy jumping in, teleporting the kid.
Oh yeah, Mr. Oh, what's his name? Fuck.
Oh yeah, I want to remember his name. He's so cool.
It's like right. I'm like visualizing the panel when he called him in, but I know
exactly what you're saying because he called him over to do it.
Yeah, and he's like upside down when he catches her, and it just like this might make you sick.
Swoop.
And they're gone, and they're out in the car. He didn't go very far, though. No,
they were like right up the street. I just had to scroll back because the guy was like, they're like screaming at like the kid and looking up. I was just like, wait, are they still in earshot? So I scrolled back. I was like, yeah, that's them fighting behind the car over there. What the hell?
Wait on me. I know you're getting close.
I gotta be getting close. Oh. Mr. Shiba.
Mr. Shiba. Yeah, okay, that's not terribly difficult name to remember.
And they definitely said his name in this too. Chihiro.
Yes, Chihiro.
I actually really liking it.
Yeah?
For 4 chapters, but still. I'm really enjoying it.
Still part of me wants to hate it.
Same, because there's still people on Twitter talking too much about it. Though that has calmed down. The wave has calmed down at least.
I mean, the memes were fucking
brutal.
Everywhere. Everywhere I look, I see his face.
And there's still that really weird crowd of people that just goes onto the Manga Plus and like hypes up the most read things on Manga Plus specifically. Oh man, this one passed this one. As if that's like
some kind of bar to pass or
yeah,
whatever.
it's
Huh.
it's weird.
Jinx. You know what else is a meme?
What?
Kashimo.
Yes, he is a meme. That was another chapter. I really liked this JJK chapter actually too, though. And I'd like to note that there's very little narration, and the little narration there was information about Sukuna's past, not some bullshit mechanics of cursed energy. They laid out a little bit of past groundwork, and then the narrator fucked off for the rest of the chapter, and it was... I only realized at the end, too, I'm like, why did I like this chapter so much all of a sudden? Wait a minute, there was no bullshit.
I mean, the Kashimo stands must be so mad right now.
No, it's just like copium.
Well,
they're like, we knew this was how it would go.
He got, what, one hit in and it did nothing, and then he just got dismantled.
Yeah.
To the face.
It was a good fucking... It was a good slaughter, though.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a fight.
Yeah. And in comes...
Like, that fucking panel is so good with the cross-hatched dismantles.
The grid. Another one that just kind of gets off screen, too. It doesn't actually... I don't remember it showing his body get cut in half or whatever.
Oh, it's so jarring because I saw a lot of these in spoilers. So I was like, did I see this conversation already last chapter?
The only thing I saw, in spoilers is I didn't see Kashimo get beat, but I heard people saying that he got beat. And then I saw the last panel where Yuji and Kusakabe is coming down.
In a weird pose?
Yeah, and it looks like he's biting his hand. Look at his hand. His hand looks like he's got like demon fingernails.
Yeah. First, I wanted to mention that I love this little interaction where he's just like, y'all are wrong. I do understand love. And to USA, love is worthless.
Basically. To him, anyway.
Yes.
Like,
I love that Hikaruma's here, dropping with Yuji, though, into this battle royale scenario.
What is he going to do, though? Be support?
I don't know. It's all going to come down to, can Judge Man do stuff to Sukuna?
True.
Can he rob Sukuna of his curse technique right now for a little while? Because that's what it was supposed to do to Yuji, but Yuji didn't have one, so he lost all his curse energy. But it's supposed to rob you of your technique, so that would be a good way to get some licks in for a while.
Yeah, especially because Sukuna, so far as I know, and so far as I still hope, doesn't have his domain expansion. Because if he whips it out, that means Gojo literally came to die. And it attributed nothing to the overall defeat of Sukuna.
But I also think Sukuna would be fucked against Judge Man, because, like, he's guilty. He's not going to say he's not. He might say some shit like, I'm law, so therefore I'm not.
Pull some ass pullerage somehow.
So yeah, Higuruma, Uraume, Yuji, and Hakari all dropping in on this.
Uraume's there? I don't remember seeing her.
Yeah. They didn't like pan to her face, but if you look at this.
Oh, yeah, she is right there.
And then Hakari's right there.
Well, because honestly, you actually know what I probably thought that was? I probably thought that was...
Yuji?
No, I don't know. Well, because... Well, they're dropping in, but Hakari and Uraume are going to just keep fighting off to the side.
I'd hope so, because like that'll get real complicated if Uraume's in on all that. But they're also close enough that she could just shoot some ice over to them.
True.
That girl makes a lot of ice, or guy, whichever.
You know, back when Todoroki actually made ice.
Yeah, Uraume is better Todoroki now.
You want to go back to that tournament arc? We can have a conversation. But then after that, that was like Todoroki at his peak. He's never shown weaker. Yeah, basically.
He got feelings.
The feels,
The
man.
fifis.
The fifis. I've been seeing a bunch of spoilers on that, My Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, like current stuff. So I know, kind of. Well, I haven't seen I don't know if like it's still going on, or if whatever I heard was a few chapters ago. But I know who's fighting right now. I know of a character that just recently died. I think actually within the last 2 weeks. I think because people are talking about it right now. So it could even be the latest chapter that this person died in. So I don't know.
Well, no, it's not for the meme that I was thinking of last week then. I actually haven't gotten My Hero spoilers in a while now.
Nice.
Yeah. It's fair. Did you watch the new JJK episode?
No, because my wife is slacking hardball. I think I'm 2 behind now.
Because I was about to say, I really just did not like a lot of the direction on it.
Really?
Yeah.
How so? I mean, you can...
There's just cut around a lot. It's some weird, cuts, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I saw was still Gojo getting sealed. So I didn't see the chapter after where Yuji tells everyone they got sealed with Mekamaru. And then I think there's another episode now where Toji comes back. Does he come back at the end of the episode or in the episode somewhere?
That's what I mean too. It was cutting around so goddamn much because it was the inverse fight happening at the same time as Ino, the guy that's always with Nanami and loves Nanami, fighting the seance person that turns her associate into Toji. By the end of the episode, Toji's back, inverse guy is down, but we haven't seen much of. Well, Toji did. He did lay the hands on Ino, and then the episode ended. Ino got mollywopped.
Well,
But, kept cutting between these two things, and then also randomly cut to all of their backstory about how they were, horrible criminals until Gojo was born, and then they're like, shit, we can't be criminals anymore.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Which is a great flashback. It just felt so ADHD about it.
Why don't you just move to a different place on the planet?
Right? Where where no one knows about curses anyways.
Well, they said the highest concentration of curses is in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Because
they had to teach the American government about it. So.
Yeah. Well, then go to fucking Canada.
Right?
You gonna tell me there's not curses in Canada?
No, it's too good.
Or,
no one had too much positive energy.
We know they're in South Africa. Because that's where Utah went.
Yeah, right?
So go to Brazil or something. Go in the Amazon rainforest. Gojo ain't gonna fuck.
Well, they don't want to fight curses anyways. They want to just kill people.
There's people over there.
I don't know if they showed it in the panels, the crimes they're doing, but it was actually pretty gruesome in the anime. It was really gross.
Yeah, so because in my mind, if I'm a villain, that a serial killer, that's oh shit, Gojo was just born in Tokyo, wherever he was born. Can't do villainy anymore. I guess I'm straight edge now. It's go to Japan is so small comparatively to the rest of the world.
They did that flashback justice though. Those two were shitting bricks, man.
I bet. Yeah,
they got no diffed by a little kid looking at them
I remember reading it in the manga. I was like, damn.
But oh my god, the inverse guy's fucked up. He peeled the entire head flesh off of someone while they were alive. It was gross.
Nasty.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Well, doesn't Toji kill the both of them anyway? So
yeah, he still hasn't turned yet. He's still seance guy.
So he's not Toji yet. It's just Toji body.
He's got it showed the panel where his face is half transformed and he's got a big eye on the other side.
Because I've seen the screenshots of Toji from the
and he
episode.
beat Ino's ass, but Toji hasn't taken control of that body yet. He just looks like him still.
Right.
I did mention to my partner though, I was like, this is gonna be the episode of my least favorite plot point this arc.
The Toji.
Yeah.
What did he say about it? Well, because he
did it, yeah, because Toji hasn't actually taken over the body.
Does he know he's going to?
No. That's why I even specified to him after because it didn't end up happening to him. I'm just kind of it's not like it's the worst thing ever. I just don't like it. Just Gege really likes to draw Toji whenever he can. It's true though.
It is true.
It's so true.
He was in the Sukuna Gojo fight.
True.
I mean, his character design is pretty badass. I'd want to keep drawing him too.
We're gonna see him again too whenever Maki fights next. I'm sure. for whatever reason.
Just to say that she's...
Somebody who's never met Toji is going to be like, this is kind of like a guy I heard about. And it'll show a picture of Toji.
Oh, shit. It really is.
Also, seeing Ito again made me realize, where is Ito? He's actually a really strong fighter. He should be there. I don't remember his fight in the manga, but I don't know if they added a whole bunch to it for the anime, but it was some good shit, man.
You know, it was some good... Oh, no. Well, we'll talk about that later. That's just completely...
Like, it's still transition. I'm done with the anime.
Yeah, I'll segue completely off JJK.
Yeah, go.
The finale to 1,000 Year Blood War Arc,
nice.
Core 2. So, in the manga, because as we've discussed before, the whole arc is very rushed, start to finish. The end, the last 10 chapters, the last 10 chapters is like lightning, dude. It's like, what? And it's just, this isn't any, like, I actually reread the last, like, it's a very easy task to do because, like I said, it's very quick. They're short chapters.
Yeah.
I read them within the last week. That last chapter is like no real closure in it anyway. But so Yuhabak and his royal guard, the
Yuhabaha,
Yuhabaha, they invaded the royal palace and they fight the royal guard of the Zero division.
The snooze fest beside Ichibei.
Well, not anymore. In the manga, super snooze fest. The girl, one that has the needle and the multiple mechanical arms behind her.
Oh,
this is how the manga goes. She shows up, introduces herself, does like a 2-panel clash, and then Lily Barrow puts a fucking bullet right through her forehead, and she's dead. That's it. She's done. Then...
Swordsmith guy?
Well, because the bath guy, water guy shows up at some point. But yes, the swordsmith guy does the most work. He comes in with a sword that's sitting in like a fish tank kind of thing, looking thing. Yeah. It's water. And he
Kagurabachi.
Because he pulls it out and he's like, it's all kind of like wiggly, the sword. It's because he's like, it's the sharpest sword I ever made, blah, blah, blah. So no sheath can hold it. And he takes out like all of the Stern Rider by himself. He just takes them all down, but I forget how they do it. They do it in the anime too. I forget there's a reason for it, but they get back up. And then they take him out. And then the Sweets girl puts him in a cage, but then they kill her. And they kill all of the Royal Guard within like 2 chapters. And then they move on. And it's like, well, super, super let down by them in...
You're let down at the reveal, and then you're let down when they actually fight.
Yeah. Well, this time, the finale ends with the Royal Guard winning.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know how they're going to turn it now. Well, it's completely different.
I was about to say, did they already do the thing where they come back yet, or are they going to do that now?
So it did everything I just told you. So the girl gets shot in the face, right? And she goes down. Dead, you think. Then the other dude shows up, takes them all out. Then they do something to him that they like. Well, the sweets girl comes in, the cooking girl, she puts him in the cage. Yuhabak throws something out and teleports to it. So he's out and he's off fighting Ichibei. Their fight's not over yet because Ichibei hasn't. Did he? There's a panel in the manga that I didn't see in the episode of Ichibei's Bankai. So that fight has something else to happen to. Because Ichibei is still alive. Yuha hasn't killed him yet.
I've actually saw a lot of YouTube videos about Ichibei before, too. So I actually kind of know that fight a little bit.
He's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Pretty OP, too. His Bankai. He technically doesn't have one, because he even says it in the anime. He's like, this is, I guess, what you could call a Bankai. But that name didn't exist when I got this power. So.
It still makes a lot of sense towards what a Bankai is. It's supposed to be a full release of your normal... capability, kind of.
Yeah, so like before the term was coined is when he got because it's like he's basically the first Shinigami. Like he's the oldest dude ever in whatever. But so
obviously
Senju Maru, I think is her name or whatever. She gets back up, and there's like it's an hour long thing, and it's legit. The whole hour is the Stern Ritter royal guards fighting them, and they're all going back and forth who has the upper hand.
Nice.
And then they actually show her Bankai, which wasn't in the anime manga either. And to do it, so they kind of get around it because they're like, because like I said, they all get killed off in the manga. So they say, okay, so you think they're down again, but then they all get up. They're like, okay, time for us to get serious too. And he's like, you'll kill them. And then, because there's 4 of them, the other 3 kill themselves. They put their sword and they go like this because they say their bankais are so strong it would affect all 3 worlds, that each one of their bankais is sealed with the lives of the other 3. So all 3 of them would have to die for this.
It's cool.
So she uses her bankai, and people, it shows, it's like the most rad energy output that you see in Bleach, because people they're in a different place. People in Soul Society feel it, and it shows the living effects on the worlds. Her using her bankai, and she takes all of them out, including Uryu and Hashfall. She just wipes them all out, and that's how that section ends. So again, I don't know how the Sternritter are going to then flop it back.
So is there going to be a core 3 then?
What's that?
Is there going to be a core 3 then? Or is
They said there'll be 4.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, I thought there'd only be 2.
Nope, 4.
Cool.
They're about halfway through the 1,000-Year Blood War arc.
Nice.
So they definitely have the pacing that they're doing. I think they'll have to definitely add more, because all that's left now.
Well, they already are too. So
yeah. So I think I
bet that Ichibei fight's gonna be like double the length in the manga.
Oh, it already is. And at this point, anything that isn't left, Yuha's like defeated. Basically, the Yuha Ichibei fight has gone basically the same as in the manga.
Yeah, does he just almighty his way out of that? Pretty much.
Basically, and like I'm sure you've seen the clip, but it's like Ichibei's whole torso area just gets like crushed in, so you like see his hands, and it's a cool panel. Like the artwork's pretty cool, and he just gets crushed and dies. Yuha then goes and kills the Soul King. There's a flashback for that, and Yuha's flashback. But then while all that, the captains come up to them to fight, and then there's all those fights. Each one of those Royal Guard Sternritter fight a bunch of captains.
It's so fucked up that they shove Yuha in there after.
Well, the thing is, most of the time, Yuha's just sitting up there at the thing. And like I said, I reread it. Yeah. And I was just like, damn. Well, I meant it's even smaller than I remember.
What about them making him the new Soul King? Like shoving him in the tube.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll take that.
It's so fucked up.
It's more fucked up that Ichibei, by training Ichigo, was like...
Oh, I know all about that, too. That was
I'm actually training you to be the replacement.
Mr. Jesus-sama.
Yeah. Because he's like a Soul King candidate, which would be...
Because he's got everything.
Basically.
The blood of all.
Because I read it, so Ichigo walks into the room. Yuha's there, and he doesn't have the Almighty activated, just like the typical one you see where he's got the cowl over his eyes and it's covered in eyes. He doesn't have that active yet.
Because he looks so much worse with it.
Yeah, but he will. Ichigo's there. They clash a little bit. It seems like Ichigo's kind of getting angry or whatever. So Orihime is there playing support, so she's trying to calm him down. Then he gives her a look, and you're like, oh, no, he's not angry. He's like trying something. He does pull something off with his... Zanpakuto. He's like trying to absorb Yuha's Quincy.
Oh, to get more of that jump started?
Yeah, almost like to wake this guy up type things. Like Zangetsu's like sleeping. I need to wake him up with some Quincy power. Does that stuff.
Well, that's also how he awakened like Blue Vein and stuff. So.
But it amounts to nothing because he does a few swings.
Kubo needed more time.
He did bad.
Because again, there's so many things even plot points I hate could have been used more, and I still would have hated them, but they would have had an effect on the story more.
Yeah, and it's literally, Ichigo puts his 2 swords together, he activates his Bankai, and then it shows the next page. But, like, it's weird, because I thought his Bankai, because, again, it's been years since I've read this. When he awakens Zangetsu, he goes into a form that I thought was his Bankai, but it wasn't. Where half of his face has, like, the hollow mask tattoos, not the mask, just the the lines on a hollow mask. Yeah. Half his face has that red line on it, and then he has the
I've
Basta
seen the
Lordy.
Yeah, where it like curves back in.
Yeah,
kinda.
it's like and so it's just half of that, and then his swords, one of them's white and one's still black or whatever. So I think his hair gets a little longer, maybe not, but it kind of freaks out. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm fine." But he's in that. It's not Bankai yet, because then he puts his two swords together. Then he says Bankai, and his sword only changes.
Do you think that might be like a new visored form?
It could be, because this form is like this version of Ichigo's when he's fully accepted all of his powers type deal.
Well, Kubo would take any excuse to make a new, cool, rad design.
Yeah,
and I'll take any of those excuses too there.
So it's literally 2 panels back to back. Same thing. He puts his sword up kind of like this.
Yeah.
And he's got the new sword, Bankai. Then it shows the same panel again, 2 double-page spreads. But the second one, the sword's cut in half and missing the top. Bullshit thing.
Brought the future to the present.
He gets beat up by Yuha for 2 panels. He's like,
I still hate that so much.
He gets over. Yeah.
If there's a future where you could have broken it, just break it. Just break it, bro. You don't need meta powers.
And then he does something that doesn't make sense, because then he's about to enact his plan is to destroy the 3 worlds and rebuild 1 world in his image. Why does he leave the royal palace to go to Soul Society to do that? Ichigo's like down. He's kind of like giving up hope. He's like, we can't win. He can change the future. It's Ichigo over.
It's Ichigo over.
And he goes to Soul Society just so that Aizen can be in the fight. He goes there, sees Aizen, breaks Aizen's thing. Renji walks in the room, punches Ichigo.
So Renji could be there to gawk over the final fight. Yep.
He comes in, he punches Ichigo, and he's like, "What are you doing? Get up. We're going after him."
You're the only guy that could win.
They go over there. They have a heart-to-heart conversation, quick. Then they come in there, and I shit you not, dude, 3 pages is the entire fight. They
literally went down there just
They come in there. Aizen uses Hado 99. Renji uses his Bankai, throws it. Yuha crushes it. Ichigo does his Bankai because Orihime fixes it. He uses his Bankai. Yuha fucks him up and then punches a hole through Ichigo's chest, talking to Ichigo. And then next page, it's Aizen. And Aizen's like, "Oh, interesting. You think you see
Ichigo.
Kurosaki. It's me. My Kyokase Getsu works." Uryu shows up, shoots...
I saw that panel today.
Shoots Yuha Bak through him, deactivates his power briefly, and then Ichigo cuts him in half.
So it was what's it called? A montage or like a layout thing. It'd be like, what's the worst death in anime and manga? One of the panels was Yuha with the arrow through his chest.
So I like the arrow aspect, but it needs to be built on more, and Ichigo and Yuha need to have a longer fight. You know what I mean? It can't. Yuha was in prime form, and he just gets shot from behind. How did Almighty not show him that he would get shot?
And someone else's excuse was like, "Oh, we saw it, but he just thought it was a dream."
Yes, because before Ichigo comes in the room, it shows Ichigo standing in front of Yuha, because during day and night, the power switch between Yuha and Hashfault. So at night, when Yuha is sleeping, he doesn't have the almighty. Hashfault does. So
that makes sense. So that someone could watch his back while he's sleeping.
Yeah, so he's sitting there. Uryu knows that, so he says, "Ichigo, go fucking kill him while he's sleeping. Like, we'll be doing it. I'll hold Hashfault here. You go kill Yuha."
Yeah.
Sound plan. But then it tips you off weird, because when Ichigo takes his sword out, it's the old school Zangetsu, the cleaver looking one, and it shows him cut Yuha, like hit him, and then Yuha wakes up. He's like, "Oh, oof. It's morning, time for nightmares to end," or whatever. And then when he dies, he's like, "Oh, so this is what you were trying to show me, Hashfault," because Hashfault saw that when he had the almighty. So he was trying to show Yuha in the dream, as a dream.
Much.
It was like
too much. My brain's off now.
Exactly.
You hit the off switch.
It doesn't make sense, and you can tell it's just Kubo is just trying to whatever. What can I do to just get this over with? My health is failing. Shueisha wants me out to put in whatever.
It should just be some sort of shit where he sees so many different futures because of all the different fighters and things that could happen that he doesn't know which one is going to be the true future.
I'm also okay with having Aizen help to fight because Yuha's already proven that he's
Yeah,
just so much stronger.
What if
than everyone else.
Aizen's feeding him an illusion and he thinks that's the Almighty in that moment? Maybe.
Yeah. So do the same thing. So
you have 80 different outs here.
I don't like the whole Ichigo gets his Bankai broken because we never even see what his Bankai can do.
You know my feelings on that.
I know. And I don't like it either.
I don't like it as an explanation for how it's broken or the effect of it where you don't get to see it.
It makes... And they even...
I broke it in the future.
Fucking Uryu even says it himself, and so does Asphalt say that Uryu's Volstandic is like the perfect ability to use against Yuha. Because he's the antithesis. So he uses it on Hashvalt. But he should have, because Hashvalt fucks each up. It's like, no boy.
I just thought of Megami summoning Maharaga to Togo, so I kind of understand if you needed to pop it then.
It's basically revenge full counter.
Oh, love it.
So all the damage he takes, he just swaps damage. So it's like, oh, you're in prime form, I'm fucked up. Well, now you're fucked up and I'm in prime form. That's what it is. So he did it to Hashvalt. And then the Almighty went back to Yuha. So it's like, okay, well, why couldn't you just... And then Ryuken shows up, he's his dad. And again, his absence in the whole anime.
The entire story.
Well, that, but even more so
he's so cool looking.
Yes, and he's the self-proclaimed, because he actually is the last full-blooded Quincy.
Yeah.
Other than, obviously, the people that Yuha had, but they're trapped in...
They're almost like an old generation. He's like the last of the non-them born full-blood Quincy.
Yes, because Uryu's half.
Yeah.
It's technically 3/4, I think, because if his dad is full and his mother is a half Quincy, that would assume make him 3/4. But regardless, he's not a full Quincy. But either way, he's like his absence and his... When you see the flashback of Everything But the Rain,
he's all about responsibility and shit,
and all about loving his wife.
Yeah,
and the loathe that he has for Yuha Bach, and you're not. All you do is give the arrowhead to, which kind of had a little bit of foreshadow in this, only in the sense that it was shown like 15 or so 20 chapters beforehand.
Yeah.
So it was implemented in the story in the same arc, though. So you can't really call it foreshadowing. It's like it was shown. It wasn't something that on the page is when it was introduced. It was kind of hinted at a little bit back with a mini flashback, but
wasn't enough to like.
So there's so much in the second 2 cores that they can expand on, because with their current pacing that they've done in the first 2 cores, they could finish the rest of it just pure manga.
Yeah.
In Core 3.
So they definitely have more planned.
But
hopefully some Ryuken in there.
When it was announced, they said it would be a 4-core series. So, I mean...
Which is funny, because you were asking for it to slow down at the same time, too.
I was, because even the
anime... It
needs
more breathe.
It needs... Yeah, because like...
Because people were saying that about the Rukia Bankai, too. They're just like, you just like blitz past after it. Like...
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, because like, you know that thing, like, the anime will do sometimes where it's like the slow build up. Like, you know what I mean? When someone's about to do something, this, like, it, like, mellows out and it kind of slowly camera focuses on things. Some music kicks in, make dramatic sign. It sets the moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't do that. They just
blast it off.
Just going. So it's more like a realistic sense, because, you know, obviously that stuff doesn't happen in real life in the fight. It's just...
Wait for them to power up.
It's just, it's just 0 to 100. And that's based... They're like 0 to 60 instead of 0 to 100. But tone it down a little, just a little bit.
Let's get some 30 and 40 in here.
Yeah. I mean, it still looks great, but there's definitely a quality downgrade between the two. Like the fight, like... The Yamamoto fight, Ichigo's fight against Yuha, the first whole episode of Core 1, all of those are still the best things, because like the new core had some great moments in it, but nothing like what Yamamoto
Hopefully
got.
they're
or Yuji
storing
got.
up some budget for the next 2 cores then.
Yeah, because those were all the big fights already.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few ones, but like nothing like what's coming. Like the fight against Gerard Valkyrie and everything Lily Barrow does. The fight against Askin Bar, and I don't even remember the other thing's name that Mario fights, but Kubo loves Mario. It's his favorite character, so you know that fight's gonna get some love, which is funny because that's like the
Bleach's Hisoka.
Yeah,
when they're both so much hotter when they're not wearing their fucking makeup and doing their weird head things. Just like, take a shower, guys. Leave it like that.
His fight in the manga is like the one that got the most love. Like, it was the longest one. It was like 2 full chapters of just him and Nemu versus this thing.
Might be my least favorite captain.
His design is badass, but I just don't care for the mad scientist
Me
character.
either. And it's so overdone. Every time he whips out the weight, it's the most Machiavellian, like, big thing. Like, this poison gives you all the pain in the world, and it'll feel like an eternity in a fraction of a second. It's like 8 anime powers in one poison.
Well, because he's also
just
conveniently has the exact
answer
to the moment. Like, he fought. Who would think that you were going to come up against a Stern Ritter that can turn your Shinigami comrades into zombies, and then you just so happen to have something
zombie cure
that instead of the zombies being on your side, like the enemy side, now you control the zombies instead, and then also have a way to turn them back into non-zombies after the fact.
He's just that smart, bro.
Yeah. I guess so.
Might as well have the Almighty. That's how smart he is.
I don't know. But I've been like on that Bleach kick too because of Brave Souls and like.
Yeah.
I've been like. Juro. I've been like. Weird things people think about. Number 679. I was just like, because I'm playing Brave Souls, I was watching the anime, I read those last few chapters again. I was just like, in my mind, like formulating like my optimal Bleach game, just for funsies, just things to do. I was like,
I don't know how I would want to do a Bleach game.
The way I was thinking it, you gotta have unique fighting styles for every captain. And because people are gonna. So I was thinking, all right, so like as a one game, I'd only bring it through the eyes and stuff. I wouldn't put, because you gotta think of like scale, right? You gotta think of how too big. You can't bring the Quincy's in.
Bleach should have a Warriors game.
They do. Resurrection. I have it.
A new Warriors.
Yeah, it's on PS4. It's
one.
actually a really good fucking game.
I was about to say, because like if any anime property would be befitting of a Warriors game, I would give it to Bleach, honestly. And maybe One Piece. One Piece was good and works. But Bleach is just...
They have a Warriors game, too.
It's
not good, though. It's alright. The One Piece one.
Well,
the One Piece one,
the first couple were good.
I pictured them... Well, yeah, because there's multiple. And I only played the first 4. One. So I think the newer ones, as they go, I would assume,
They're better in the sense you get more characters, but I think that company's just on the decline.
Woo Force?
Yeah.
W Force or whatever?
Because most of their games, you don't get unique weapons anymore either. It's just like the same models and shit. Like, I think they're on the decline.
I liked the Fate one. But that's because Alexander's in it, Gilgamesh is in it.
I liked the characters in the Fate one.
Yeah.
I think
but it was
everything
zero
else
challenge.
About the Fate one was terrible. The mobs were terrible. The maps were terrible. Those weird jumping transitions to get from parts of the map to the other, terrible.
It's bad.
It's really bad. But the characters were fun.
Yes.
But
I was thinking like I would want like
that was them in budget mode for sure, man.
I would put 3 maps in the game. You'd have the human world, Karakura Town, because
Soul Society,
the beginning
like
ones.
Mundo.
Yep, those three.
I knew it.
That's it.
Right at the moment you said
Because you
it.
could have the whole thing. You could start the thing off with Ichigo just going around killing all the regular hollows until, like, for story. You could have all the characters playable. I was like, all right, the main 5. Ichigo, Orihime, Chad, Ishita, and... Oh, shit, who's the 5th one?
I got a whole different pitch for you soon, but continue with yours first. I want to...
Am I missing someone from the main game?
Who are you?
No, I said him, right? Ichigo, Chad, Inoue, and Uryu. Yeah, those are the main 4. There's not 5th.
Yeah, no.
And then I'd have Kisuke and Yoruichi as playable characters. All of the 13 captains.
Okay.
And
Need to let you
some
keep
of the
talking.
lieutenants. Because there are some lieutenants that are just garbage.
Lukaku would absolutely be playable.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got to be. And then the Ten Espada. As like side,
6 of them.
6 of them.
Like just last week.
5
just
of
like last
no,
week.
5 of them. Because I caught it myself from the last one too. I was saying that Noitoro was the 7th Espada. He's the 5th Espada. He's one up from Grimjaw.
Ew, I don't even like Noitora though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
take
yeah,
Noitoro out, move Grimjaw up,
I love your brain.
and fuck Yami.
Because
He's out.
who's going to be playing the bottom Espadas?
Like
You would,
Zappo.
just because like they're there and eventually you'd want to play them.
Right.
Actually, the Zeroth guy deserves to be there. The one that comes down with Ulkira.
Yami.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
I don't like him though.
I don't like
I
him either,
hate-
but
I
I think
hate-
he deserves to be
That's
there.
another cop out too that I don't like.
Oh, that he's secretly the Zeroth?
Yeah, and that he's like, because it's, if you want to look at just the Rancor arc, because you can make arguments for the only 3 that survive could potentially be stronger now, but we ain't gonna do that. So the original Rancor arc, you have the 10 Espada ranked 1 to 10. Yami's number 10. But oh wait, no, technically, because everyone's defeated now, and the
We
captains
want
are
another
in
fight.
Rukimunda, so we need them to do something to stall them out while Ichigo fights Aizen. Yami's actually the 0 Espada, the strongest one, which
It'd
is
be cooler if it was
big
just
dumb.
another Aizen construct, like another experiment he made that they have to fight, maybe. I think that'd be cooler.
Yes, I'm okay with saying, okay, Urukio has a second release. So, and them saying that Aizen doesn't know about it, but then I guess the data book says that he does know about it, but Urukio never told him about it, and they never talk about it. But of course, it's because it's Aizen. Aizen needs to know
I planned
everything.
your everything since birth.
Yes. So I'm cool with Urukio being moved up the ranks because of his second release that
Yeah.
no one else has. I'm cool with that. Yami going from 10 to 0, and all he does is grow in size.
Yeah,
Against Kenpachi
you wouldn't be
and
Baragon.
Byakuya, dude, you're not beating Baragon. Harabelle gets a bad rap. I just think she just wasn't portrayed. I mean, it takes her, she fights Hitsugaya and 2 Visors, which were vice captain level.
Hitsugai's up there on Kubo's favorite list for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Hitsugaya gets so much love.
He has the most fights of, like, I think Ichigo is the
I
only
think
one
of
that
all
has
the
more
captains,
fights.
he has the most content.
Yeah.
Period. Like,
Kenpachi would be close second, and maybe Byakuya.
I
Those
thought
would be the
Byakuya
3.
also, but
Yeah.
I think Hitsugaya takes that cake.
And Hitsugaya is fucking trash. I hate Hitsugaya.
I hate
I don't hate
you
him,
for hating Hitsugaya.
but he's not good.
He is good.
He's not.
He is.
He loses every one of his fights.
Well, I don't mean in a fighting standpoint. I just like Hitsugaya as like a character.
He's not a bad character, but in the term of combat,
Yeah, I'm not
saying
about to say
this,
he's the
yeah.
strongest or nothing, but as a character, I really like Hitsugaya.
Yeah. So she fights.
But yeah,
it
he's
takes-
also kind of a jobber. They love to use Hitsugaya to show how strong Hitsugaya's opponent is. Renji
Yeah.
2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Chad 3. What if... I can't rhyme that.
Which sucks. I love Chad's design too. All of his movesets are so cool. Every version of Chad is so
Los
cool.
Muertos.
But he loses everything. He gets one good
His
fight.
very few fights.
He fights
loses.
one cool. He fights one Aran car that wasn't. He's just a regular Aran car, and he
Yeah.
wins. But
My
But, like-
Bleach game pitch.
go.
MMO.
Yeah.
When you
do
said
that.
the 3
But
different worlds, I just thought it'd be cool to be able to travel through them. And then eventually, like, a DLC comes out, you can go to the Soul Palace.
Yeah.
Go to the Quincy place. I forgot what the fuck they call it.
The Vandenreich.
Yeah. They got a lot to do there. You can... I would just assume when you make a character, you pick one of their existing characters and be like, yes, I'm the Byakuya class. Yep, I'm the Ulquiorra class.
I'd want to play as everyone, though. Because what I was thinking, right, is like... Because my version didn't have anything past Hurukomundo. So Hurukomundo could have, like... Because, like, I feel like Hollows... Make Hollows cool again. Like, you introduced the Vasto Lord, and there's the only Vasto Lord shown to do anything is white. All of the other Vasto Lords were only ever shown before Aizen turned them from that into an Espada.
Yeah.
Or an Arankar, technically. And then
I feel like Ulquiorra would just be a sad tree.
Well, he's a bat.
So, that's what he is.
So Arucula is because Arucula and Stark are two special cases. Arucula was kind of like, probably gonna get it wrong, but he was something in between a Vasto Lord and an Arankar, and he was very. Grimjaw was also kind of unique too, because he was. Well, maybe not, because that's a stupid comment actually. Because they're like, oh, he's like highly intelligent as like a Vasto Lord, but now that I think else, like, wait a minute, so is Baragon, so is Stark, so it's not a unique thing.
Yeah.
But Stark is a naturally occurring Arankar. He's the only one that wasn't turned into a Arankar.
He just was
an Arankar. He made himself into one. When he split himself into him, Stark, and Lilianette, he made himself into a Arankar. And then Aizen found him.
I just imagine Baragon as just one giant poisonous skull. And then he's like, let's shrink that and give you a body.
Boop. Actually, his Vasto Lord looks basically the same as his resurrection.
Because he looks
badass,
fucking badass.
Because he was like the king of Hurukomundo.
Yeah.
Because that castle, Las Noches. Yeah, Las Noches was like his area, and then Aizen built it better.
I love that Kubo uses different languages for each of his races.
It's great.
It's such a vibe.
But like, that's just going back to the Yami thing about how he's first off, he's bigger. He's a bigger target. You can't miss him, so he's gonna get fucked up. Just because he has high spiritual pressure, it's like, get out of here. It's such a shit.
Let's be real. Especially at Bleach too. The smaller you are, the stronger you are.
Yeah.
Menos Grande haven't been scary for a long time.
No, not at all. But like, you have that whole thing, like, instead of pulling Yami out, just have some random Vasto Lords that Aizen was keeping in a cage somewhere.
Yeah, some weird amalgamation things.
We'll keep those, and when I want to need more Arankar, I'll turn them into Arankars, but they're just Vasto Lords, and because of all the fighting, they got out, and now Byakuya and Kenpachi have to fight those instead. You know what I mean? Instead of being like the cop-out to then... Because a lot of...
He was the strongest all along.
Yeah, because I'm a big Stark fanboy, as you know.
Yeah.
And...
Not only did they not give him enough content, but then they're like, this guy's technically stronger than you. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, the data book said that both Arucula and Yami are the two strongest above Stark. And I'm like, Stark would...
And Baragon.
Fuck. So Arucula... Because he still has the biggest feat displays of any of the Espada.
Because he fought Ichigo.
His Lanza de Lampago. Probably butchered that, but that's as close as I'm going to get.
I'm not correcting you.
He can fire multiple of those. That's the green lance he summons.
Yeah.
And he throws it at Ichigo. Ichigo barely dodges it. And he's like, oh, I'm rusty. That's why. And you watch it go off. And it's literally a nuclear warhead just blew up behind it. No singular other move makes a larger explosion than that thing does in the background. When you take in size comparisons of how big, how actually ginormous Las Noches is compared to that, I'm like, and he can shoot multiples of those. He shoots like 4 of those off throughout the fight, and he can still just keep going. So I'm like, what? Yeah. That's just badass. His fucking speed blitz in Ichigo and all this, like, he displayed enough with his second release that I could be like, okay,
that is indeed stronger.
That's just ridiculous.
And then they just tell you Yami's stronger.
Fuck off. Because they say Yami's stronger than Arukiyola too. I'm like, what is Yami going to do against Arukiyola? There's zero chance he wins that fight. Same with Baragon. How does he beat Baragon? He has nothing to defeat Baragon. Baragon breathes on Yami, and he's dead.
Yeah, let me just take out your legs first.
I think they did Baragon worse off, too, in the sense, because, yeah, he fought Soifon. I love Soifon's character design, but she is...
I liked her everything design, but she's got phased out hard.
She's such a low mid-tier captain.
The moment Aizen said he could just spiritual pressure out of her hacks, she was completely ruined.
And her Bankai isn't that impressive either. It's a one-shot, like, bazooka cannon thing.
Oh, joy.
So it was her and Omeda, her captain, versus him for a while.
I also hate that it's a bazooka cannon because it's so like opposite to her character.
Oh yeah, because that's what she says it too. She's like, I hate my fucking Bankai because it's, look at this. What is stealthy about this shit?
Yeah, that's a little wow.
She hates it. And then Hachi something comes in, and he's badass, but he's the only reason they won is because he has he used Baragon's own ability against him. But it's like, when you look at what everyone had to fight, Baragon fights a captain, a vice captain, and Hachi is like, it's weird because he's part of the Kido Corps, and he's like a master there. He wasn't part of the Gote. He was like a subsection, and he's a visored. So he's weird. I wouldn't know. I mean, I would put him higher than, because of he has the hollow mask. I would put visoreds higher than vice captains, like the vice captain visoreds.
Yeah.
Because like not Rose.
Because everything a
Lisa,
lieutenant was already with a power boost.
Yeah, because there's 3 vice captain visoreds. Yeah. But I would say all of them,
they would have to be
stronger than vice captains because of the visor mask.
Well, yeah, they already qualified to be vice captain before they got their mask.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Visors, man, talk about a letdown themselves, too.
Yeah.
Especially like Kensei and Rose. They did not
do well. I don't know half of them.
But
I actually remember some images in my brain of their faces, but that's about it.
Haribel fights Hitsugaya and 2 vice captain visors as well.
Nice. Yeah.
So both of them fight roughly equal. But then you got Stark. Stark fights 4 captains. And not just any 4 captains either.
Byakuya, Kenpachi.
Well, no, he doesn't fight them. He fights Kyoraku and Ukitake.
Ooh. They got a friendship boost. They have bond level 5 together.
Yeah, and Kyoraku, strongest captain, aside from Yamamoto. Ukitake, also really strong, and his sickness didn't hold him back in this fight. And then you had Rose and Love, visored, both of which were captains plus a visor mask. And he reads all of them like a book and beats all of them. And then Kyoraku gets serious and he uses his games to fight Stark, and Stark still puts it up. But Stark's a weird character too because he doesn't fight to his fullest because he just wants friends, but he's like, I don't want to fight. I'm not a guy that likes fighting. And even Lilynette says if you played seriously you could save all of your dudes, as if he could go around and kill all of the captains, which if Kyoraku wasn't around, I don't think any of the other current captains other than Yamamoto's taken Stark out, even all of them together.
Based on that showing now. Yeah,
all of them together. If Kyoraku wasn't there, he solos the rest of the people that Yamamoto brought to fight Isaac. There's just no chance. None of them are strong enough to fight Stark. And he's just badass, so.
He is badass.
Yami is not badass. Yami's disgusting and large and an easy.
Dumb.
Yeah, I hated that ass pullage.
He was fine as a threat that dropped down with Ulquiorra. That was about all he was fine for.
And I'm okay because he was like, Chad makes a statement the next time he sees him in Huekamuni. He's like, he's bigger. Like his size got bigger because he got a little bit stronger. Okay, yeah, he got stronger. not 9 Espada ranks of stronger.
Because it just makes everything you went through look worse.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you all these guys were one now lower than Yami?
I think that Yami, in his original form, as like the 10th Espada, would have been a perfect matchup for Chad to fight.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
Fucking fisticuffs.
Because Yami was never showcased as super strong either. As soon as Ichigo went Bankai the first time...
Yeah, he was already...
He cut his arm
Yami,
off
yeah.
instantly. It's because White got in the way of Ichigo, because this is the point where White's just like, I want to fuck with you all the time.
It was the Byakuya and Renji coming in thing again, too. Like, the moment he started getting pace with Renji, Byakuya was like, oh, we're done with this. And took him out. I mean, like, first arc, when they took Rukia.
Oh, when they...
You know what I mean? Like, two people drop down. One's kind of stronger, but a match for him. And then the stronger guy's like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Got what we came for. Yami's the Renji.
Unfortunately. But that's really my thoughts. I don't really want to talk
Too much about Yami.
too much about Yami and fucking... exposit my feelings on people. Oh, shit.
Had no Chainsaw Man.
I know. I actually, because I forgot. I was like, oh shit, I haven't read. This was
I did
a
the
few
same
days ago. I was
thing.
like, I haven't read. What would you call it? Chainsaw Man. And I was like, oh,
Boo.
there wasn't one this week.
You read Wild Strawberry?
I did, yes.
I liked it. That was a nice chapter.
Yeah.
It was really cute the way he fell asleep on him.
And that the other dude was sleeping on the floor below him.
I took a bunch of screenshots of that. I thought it kind of hit.
I was kind
Kind
of
of funny.
I mean, I think that's a pretty cool power at the end there too. When the thing's like it introduces a book that you may be interested in, and if you pick up the book, you like pass out.
Yes, that
Whatever.
was neat.
So that's pretty cool.
The way he was just like, Though, I did also take a picture of this. The way that this apocalypse is apparently only around Tokyo.
I did notice
What's
that
the
too.
world's response to this?
I was like, if that's the case, why doesn't everyone just move? Because they even specified that the pollen can't get too far because it's
Yeah.
sticky or something. It's like, okay, so move out and build a wall around it.
Yeah, what's going on here, guys?
I would say something, but people, it's Japan, so.
Yeah. It's
Because I was going to say, if it's that big of a problem, evacuate everyone.
It's not even all of Japan.
Well, what I'm saying, what I was saying was drop a nuke on the thing. It's like, oh, but Japan's already had 2 of them. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
But now it's obviously not with the people there. You evacuate
Yeah.
the people, build a wall around it, trap all the Jika inside.
Yeah, make it a dome, even.
And just throw a bunch of fucking rockets in there.
And you can still have a story about the people that go inside. It's just like so. It's the same thing with JJK. I thought it was very weirdly limiting.
Right? But whatever. Maybe there's more world building to be done around it that we just haven't gotten to yet.
But it was a good chapter. I don't want to harp on it. Like, I enjoyed it.
Yes. Very much so.
Very character chapter. I genuinely laughed the way he woke up just first thing in the morning, check his height.
Yeah. You've grown 0.02 centimeters. It's like, yes. My efforts are not in vain.
Oof. There's been some good chapters this week, in general.
Oh, yeah. Fucking
Yep.
Gokuraku guy. I was like, this is dope. Some character development there, too, with...
The reason he couldn't pull it out, just great art, too, though.
Oh, my God.
The
So
art's
good.
so fucking good.
That's what you get with monthly releases, you know?
The characters just look incredible.
Oh, my God. Absolutely.
I don't think I took a screenshot of Miss Tao's face in the office. I wanted to, though.
Yeah, she was... Because...
She was
She's
not feeling that vibe.
No, she was briefly... in this chapter, like 2 panels or whatever.
Yeah, they cut to what she was doing. There's a specific look on her face. I love that. There it is. I gotta cut that out as a reaction picture.
Yeah, she's just like raising
Migraine
her glass.
face.
These motherfuckers.
In fact, I'm gonna Blam.
There you go.
The perfect reaction picture.
Excuse me.
I'm sure you were happy to get Mornay. I think that's how it's pronounced.
I think so too. I'm gonna roll with that for now, anyway.
She's a badass.
Yes, she is. They're all just badasses. I'm loving it. I don't know. I can't even like put a finger on what it is. I just really enjoy
that art.
Guy. The art is spectacular.
It really helped bring you in.
Monthly releases, man.
It's true. It's true. Even bi-weekly releases. A lot of our favorites are the bi-weekly ones.
Yeah.
I wish Chainsaw Man would go bi-weekly, to be honest. As much as I love my weekly releases, I do think give Man Fujimoto some time to breathe here.
Do you think that bi-weekly is the way of the future? Because, I mean, at this point...
I think it should be. I think it's more healthy for them.
I mean,
For
One Punch
that
Man's
is.
weird, but it's bi-weekly, sometimes monthly. Kaiju number 8's bi-weekly.
Spy
Wild
Family.
Strawberry, Spy Family.
I think Shoujo Null is making that transition.
Yep. I think it actually did. It's
Yeah,
said
did
in
they
the
tell
thing,
us
yep.
that they're going bi-weekly? Yeah. Which, good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Choujin X has a weird release schedule, as I told you before, too. They kind of let Sui Ishida drop chapters whenever he wants. There's no countdown. Damn.
So...
Again, I want to stress this. Choujin X's art is fantastic.
Yeah, I think you sent me screenshots of some of them.
It's not as consistently mind-blowing as Tokyo Ghoul's art is.
Man, I watched a fucking another thing about Tokyo Ghoul. A video about... Maybe it was 2 weeks ago, so maybe I just forgot to mention it. But I was like... There's another thing about just Kaneki in general. It just like talked about that torture scene, and I was just like, the art... Because the video was putting artwork of it. I was like...
Yeah, it's incredible. The peaks are there for sure. And maybe it's like the more... either the shonen-y vibe or his release schedule for this, but I mean, it's still really good all the way through, though. It's just not as consistently mind-blowing as Tokyo Ghoul is.
Right.
But the story's really good. I still haven't read any more of it, though. I've only been reading my weekly chapters.
I haven't read anything either.
No Sakamoto?
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I will wait for you, he said.
I finished Poon Poon. We talked about that last week. I read all of our weeklies. That's really it. I mean, I didn't read... You gave me that Viz Big of Vagabond. I haven't had the time to open that yet.
I haven't even Berserk yet either. So.
I haven't even opened... I finished my last Berserk... So volume... I took the packaging off of volume 8 of the deluxe, but I haven't like read anything of it. I just like took the plastic wrapping off, and I was planning on reading it.
Prepped.
Yeah, I was planning on reading it, but then something came up, so I was like, got distracted, and then just forgot about it. But
I do. There's one more to talk about too, of course.
Yes, Dandadan.
Of course.
This girl just wants vampires, man.
She just wants a man so bad.
She wants a vampire, man.
Especially.
Thinking Granny is a disguised... Turbo Granny is a disguised...
Vampire man.
Vampire man.
Oh, yeah. My browser's still open to it. Cool.
I think mine is too as well, because I almost forgot about it, so I read it.
I read it all like right before everything besides JJK. I read right before I came.
That was such. Oh, I was thinking to myself too. I was like, oh, so when did Dandadan become Child Oshinoko? It just suddenly became an idol show. With she's the class president, right? Yeah. So I was like, with her backstory here. I mean, I totally understand the other kids' reactions. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they don't
looking
understand what she's going through.
Yeah, you looking at the artwork on these kids, they look like they're like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like they can't comprehend
Max.
that. Her dad is obviously passed away. Her mom's working a full-time job while also taking care of her mother-in-law.
And she's literally putting a blanket on her mom, falling asleep working.
Yup.
Everyone's like doing what's right for their own situation, but I got that last page hit though. It was the only page I took a screenshot of.
Oh, she's crying in front of the mirror. Yeah.
It's just super sad.
Well, it turns out, looks like this other friend girl's gonna die.
Yeah.
Because that's how this whole thing started. She
Yeah.
said, a friend of mine died, and it was my fault. It's like, damn. Super unfortunate. Bless you.
Thank you. Yukinobu never misses.
It really doesn't. Oh, I saw that there's going to be,
A Dandadan announcement at
yes.
Jump Festa?
Yes.
That they said it's like of galactic proportions or something like that. They said something
Yeah.
dorky. That was cute.
Jump Festa or whatever, right?
Yeah. The same place they're going to announce the Jump Moba. Which will be on like Donkey Kong.
Well, yes, it's Japan only.
I hope not. At least not forever, but I also hope not even immediately. I want my hands on this.
When is Jump Festa?
I want a Rasengan some minions.
Gear 5 some minions.
Gear 5 some minions.
Guess the
Kameo Wave some minions.
Yeah. December 16th. Why would you announce it so early? I have to wait
I know.
2 full ass months.
What's Yuji gonna do? We're talking all these awesome things and Yuji's there. I'm gonna punch some minions.
These hands. The same thing Gon's gonna do. What the fuck is Gon gonna do?
Oh my god, there's actually more information, I think.
John Kenpo is a fucking punch.
Scissors. Rock.
Hasn't he never even done paper? He did scissors.
He did paper once.
I remember scissors briefly, but...
If I had to guess where he did paper, and this is a guess, mind you, I think he did it against Genthru.
What's Saitama gonna do?
I was thinking about
What's Saitama be like the fire giant / orb or prime or whatever league calls it? It's just Saitama.
Just walks up lane, tower down,
He just walks slowly.
inhibitor down, because he's not motivated.
Then the enemy team can like do something to get Saitama away by like saying there's like a grocery sale somewhere on the map, and he runs over to it.
You must get to the enemy's shop. I'm so ready. I don't even care if it's going to be bad. I'm probably still going to fucking play it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play it. There's so many characters that could be in it.
That's all it takes. Even just the banner they put in the thing, put in the post, has the main character from Mashle, Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, Demon Slayer, Undead Unluck.
Undead Unluck started, and I haven't watched it. It's on Hulu. I found out because I was looking for it. I was like, dude, Crunchyroll has like nothing for this season that I'd be watching.
Really?
Well, first off, again, proof to the ages that Crunchyroll needs to adjust their fucking app and put a current season
They do.
fucking tier in there.
All of their categories in general are still ass. I actually go through some of them just to laugh at some of the horrible ones. They make like cell phones.
They have like a totally...
Oh, it's a get off your phone. It's a cell phone related category.
They have a fucking totally pink or something, and all it is just every pink-haired anime girl is that list. I was looking through it, and I was like, I can't find any of the new shows that are out right now on there, because I want to watch on them. So Free Ren's on there, which I watched. That fucking is awesome.
So no free Aaron?
I don't know. It's because when it's her name, and in Japanese pronunciations of whatever it is, they just say Frieren. So certain syllables might not be pronounced, but spell Frien, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like Freiren. I don't know. But, so that's on there. JJK is still on there. And, Berserk of Gluttony is still on there. Oh, and Spy Family's back, but again, I mean, I can't even get my wife to watch JJK with me with Spy Family.
I'm ready for some Spy Family in my life.
I've seen the screenshots of it because it's the one when Dior gets shot in the ass or something, and then had to go on that date with with Lloyd, and Lloyd can't figure out what's going on because she's like miserable.
I'm pretty sure the cruise is this season.
I'm pretty sure too as well.
I'm ready.
It's like a Yor focused season, basically.
Yeah. It's needed. It was a very Lloyd first season.
Yeah, and
Yeah, in general.
But everything else, High Dive got so many things. I watched Berserk of Gluttony, and I'm like,
it's not the worst name.
It is, but I totally get where they're going from. His skill, yeah, it's a skill, but it's not an isekai.
That's good.
It's got all the elements.
Video gamey screens. Elements are things in real life. Yeah,
not a screen in front of him, but he
no.
can close his eyes and see a stat screen in his head.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate that.
And his skill is called Gluttony or whatever, so I can see why it's called Berserk
No,
Gluttony, because his Gluttony skill is going to go Berserk or whatever. But then it's a cop-out.
Berserk of Gluttony is still a terrible title.
It is. So, quick synopsis, because this is like, I thought it was, because like the characters designs and stuff I saw on promotional months ago was great, but I'll keep watching it for now.
It's called Berserk Gluttony.
But we'll see where it goes, yes. Regardless of the fucking name, the premise, he has a skill called Gluttony, which just makes him hungry all the time. And it's useless to him. Everyone else has all these cool stuff. A thief comes into something and someone he knows goes after him and they run away and he has a spear and he kills the thief or whatever because there's he's a guard in the city. And by killing, it's the first person he ever killed, his Gluttony skill activates where it steals all of that person's skills and status stuff, so it makes him stronger, and now he has their skills. But now that he's done it once, he needs to keep doing it. So the first day he killed that, and the next day I was like, oh, let me go kill some fucking goblins. He buys a sword that can fucking talk to him, because telepathy is one of his first skills he got. This sword's important. Goes kills 8 or so goblins. So he's like, oh, cool, I just got a bunch of cool stats and skills. Awesome. But then the next time he has to kill 50 of them. And it wasn't enough to satisfy him. So it's already that is the amount of things he needs to kill is already getting crazy. But then the cop-out. This sword that he conveniently found on his first day has a skill called Greed. I can take all of your skills and make myself stronger. So he goes around, kills a bunch of goblins, to not have to kill 100,000 goblins next time, which I'm assuming hasn't got to the next time he has to kill someone yet.
Yeah.
But after that, the sword can take all of it and reset him back to 0 type deal. So
I hate all of this.
It's the greed. Yeah, it's
absolutely
it's
all
not,
of it. I was sitting here thinking we shouldn't adapt light novels to anime anymore.
Well, the problem is in the anime industry, we've talked about before, quantity over quality.
Are these published light novels even anymore, or are these just online light novels?
Oh, I'm sure it's just online, probably.
Oh my god, it's killing me.
Because the one I thought would have been worse.
It might as well be an isekai. Just put these people in video games already.
Fuck, I forget the full name of it. Something Ragnar.
In RPG, does the characters in the RPG game you're playing when you play an RPG don't look at their own stats?
No. Yeah.
Joker doesn't open his brain and look at stats every time you open the pause menu. That's not the point of the UI.
It's really not.
People missing the point of everything.
I think the only game I can think of that actually does do that doesn't Destiny do that? Because if you see
I don't know
somebody,
if they see their own.
because if you're in hubs, I've seen people where if they have their menu,
They just see each other's levels.
It pulls up a menu in front of you, doesn't it?
You're right. They are looking at their shit. Man, it justifies my hatred of Destiny.
So Berserker Gluttony, probably not gonna stick around with it. We'll see. But then the ones on High Dive, the Ragnar one I told you about, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this one. I don't know. But then I watched the 45-minute. I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is cool. And it's not an isekai. And Berserk of Gluttony, not an isekai. And then the other one, there's Ruin of Kingdom I haven't watched yet, but I've seen everyone talking about it. And I'm like, that looks cool, so I'll watch
Berserk
that.
of Gluttony might as well be an isekai.
Might as well, with the stat board.
Yeah, in general.
But then
it's taking all the same tropes, and they're just like being like, but we're not.
Because the Ragnar one is they don't have.
Yeah, no, I'm saying specifically that one. I'm glad this one doesn't.
This one doesn't, and the premise is dragons are in the world, and they just no bueno. They go around killing people, so they're like dragon hunters and shit. But his future self is trying to change something. Like his friend, that's a prodigy, dies. Or so would have died in the first episode, and then because he was too weak for that, he trained his whole life just to murderize every dragon. So he got super OP because he just But then he met comrades and they died, and he met more comrades and they died. So his whole life is always about he got stronger and everyone around him still died. So he was able to send some of his power and himself back in time. It shows like he died doing it, but gives himself power in the past before his friend died so that he can save his friend. And that was basically the whole first episode.
Nice.
There's a bunch of dragon people, and I was like, oh, cool.
Hell yeah.
It was good. My boy, Eminence and Shadow is back.
Surprised you're not playing that mobile game.
I've been tempted, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's gacha or not. It probably is.
It's gonna be.
It's gonna be. But there's not enough characters in it.
Yeah, but
so
they also make you pull
outfits.
One Punch Man, so...
Pull one...
One Punch Man's mobile game.
They have a gacha One Punch Man?
Yeah, I've showed you the commercial for it before.
That's a gacha game?
Yeah, this is... Get SSR in a freeway.
Who am I?
All those
One
benefits in my pockets. I was walking my dog the other day, and it just came into my head. And I was just like, "What's my name? One Punch Man. It's a good game. One Punch Man." No game that has to tell you in plain words, "It's a good game," is a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast that I started Psalm 100.
You did, yes. And
I did.
Unfortunately, I get why it's.
Oh yeah, it went on hiatus
because it lost its air slot. I was like, oh yeah, that makes total sense because it had the delays. But then a new season, that time slot is already taken, scheduled for someone else, so they have to wait for an available slot to come back to.
I wonder if they work on it more while they do that then.
I would hope so. Right?
Not that it needs more work, but if you have the time.
Yeah, I
it's
like
incredible.
It a lot. Yeah, it's great.
I mean, it's something not like, I'm not saying like perfect story or whatever, but it's so enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And Undead Unlock's back. Haven't watched that yet, though.
I haven't touched it either.
And I feel like there's another one that was on High Dive that I was like, oh, I'm interested in that one too, but I didn't start it yet. But I can't think of it at the moment.
We need to get back on Golden Conway. Still haven't watched the new.
That clip I sent you was like, oh my god.
I love that.
It was so funny.
You gotta watch it. It's so good.
Isn't it like 4 seasons right now?
Yeah.
Did I take a screenshot? Maybe it's...
It's such a weird mix of different elements.
It's just fucking hilarious is what it is.
It's funny. It's informative.
Ragnar Crimson is what it's called. Sorry. Oh, Shy was the other one I wanted. It's kind of like a superhero mode, My Hero type thing, but like, I guess kind of super dark because like mad people die in the first episode. So I'm interested in trying.
I'm happy you didn't come with some wacky pitch like it's a superhero thing, but everyone's really shy. That would have broken my heart.
No,
it would have been too much garbage.
But Freeran, Eminence Shadow, JJK, Ragnar Crimson, Berserker Gluttony, Shy, and Undead Unlock. All ones I'm interested. And then, you ready for the trash of this season? I'm giving the disgraced noble lady I rescued a crash course in naughtiness. And the Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy. 2 animes that I will not be watching.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. No.
And then Shangri La Frontier. Maybe you've seen it around, the dude with the blue chicken face head.
No.
I think it's like a video game. I think it might even be an isekai. But what are you saying no to?
The game's initial release targets Southeast Asia and East Asia, excluding Japan.
The Shonen MOBA?
Yeah.
Well, saw that coming. Time for a VPN. But then you can't read anything.
No. It's gonna have to come. No.
Yeah, see, you're waiting 2 years for that.
That makes me so sad.
At the least, if it ever happens. Because, again, it could flop, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Jump Assemble will be published in Chinese and Korean in the future. Damn it.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. They have a full lineup here, too.
Oh, do they?
Because there was a closed beta already. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Lay it on me. What do we got?
We got Tanjiro. Is that a typo? That's a typo. Nezumo Kamado. Shinobu. Inosuke. Kid Naruto. Teen Naruto.
Real quick, I'm so glad you did not say Zenitsu.
I'm actually also really glad I didn't say Zenitsu. Wow, what a W. Oh, wait, you know what? Sorry. Let me start over.
Yes.
Tanjiro. Fighter.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
I'm interested in roles. Nezuko, because I'm not going to mispronounce it twice. Assassin fighter. Shinobu, assassin mage. Inosuke, tank fighter. Kid Naruto fighter. Teen Naruto fighter mage. Minato, assassin.
No, adult Gohan. Naruto. I said Gohan. Oh my
Right.
god.
Minato's going to be fun.
Teleport. He's going to have a teleport. Well, he's going to have a mark teleport. You'd have to mark him, and then you can teleport.
Or unless you could do the throw kunai thing.
With that too, yeah. That'd be
throw
cool.
kunai in, Rasengan. Blink out. Sasuke, assassin.
It makes sense.
Gaara, mage tank. I'm going to love me some fucking Gaara. I was thinking, like, mages are going to be some interesting picks for this game.
Yes.
Goku, fighter. Super Saiyan Goku, I'm already sad. Fighter. Why? Just have Goku ramp over the course of the battle.
Why not his ult go Super Saiyan and just be a steroid?
Yeah.
Or just have one of his
across the battle.
Or just one of his skills just be Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
There's
you
other
level up your
mobiles that
form.
have a skill that's
Throw
just
some additional effects or crowd control, something to it. Like, it could be done right, though. I'm imagining regular Goku might have a Kaioken.
maybe, yeah.
Majin Buu, tank support. Probably because he makes candy.
I don't know.
Frieza, Ranger melee. So is that carry then?
Maybe it's the first Ranger we've seen. I would assume Ranger.
Not melee, mage also, but Ranger mage.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm guessing it's carries. What?
What?
Yuji's in the picture, but he's not on the list.
Oh, for JJK?
Yeah. Megubi, mage fighter.
Yeah, makes total sense. Just 10 shadows everywhere.
Nobara, ranger. I like that.
Yeah.
He's hammering some nails at some, yeah. Luffy, fighter.
No Gojo?
I know. Well, that's heartbreaking. Oh, it should be a cross map purple. Luffy, fighter. Luffy, Gear 2, fighter. Chopper, support.
Chopper made it to the list. Oh my god. I mean, there's no way he wasn't, though, because he's literally the moneybags. There's no way
Plus, they need
Shueisha
supports.
doesn't put Chopper in this fucking game.
Support's going to be a hard one to fill out, I feel like. There's some obvious picks. Sakura.
Nico Robin would have been a great support.
Boa Hancock, fighter mage.
Okay.
You're happy. Usopp, ranger.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Orihime, support.
Oh, I was thinking that I was like, if Orihime is not a support or not in it, I'll be sad.
Uryu, ranger. Excellent.
Perfect. Yeah. Archer. Quincy.
Fuko, the girl from Undead Unluck, support.
No Ichigo mentioned? I mean, assume he's a fighter, but
he's also in that main picture too.
Yeah.
Andy, tank. Undead Unluck.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, he's immortal, so.
And I'm guessing this is the name of the main dude from Mashal, Lance Crown, mage support. Maybe not, because I don't think he'd be either of those things.
Because he's literally
super strong.
Yeah, if Saitama was in Harry Potter, that's Mashal.
When this fucking thing comes out, I'm going to be spamming release in North America on all their fucking posts. I'm so sad.
That's the whole list?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sad. Oh, you know what, though? There's a picture of the character select. And I mean, it's not like a full-on.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have like every character on it. But I see Kujisaki and Megumi here, and not Yuji. And I do see Goku and Super Saiyan Goku, which...
Sadness. Why
big
not
sad.
Just get rid of one of them.
I was sad about...
fucking Vegeta.
I think the worst case is the Kid Naruto versus Teen Naruto.
Why would Kid Naruto even be in the
Why
thing?
bother? You have regular Sasuke.
Yeah, just put Shippuden Naruto in there.
Or even Boruto Naruto, who cares? Just not Baryon mode.
Same. I'm on the same list on why Luffy and Gear 2 Luffy are two separate characters.
No Boruto on the list, though.
Hopefully
Nothing but W's.
No Zenitsu either.
Nothing but W's.
Nothing but W's.
Yeah, really hoping I don't have to wait 2 years for that, but it seems like it. Especially since it doesn't even come out till next year anyways.
Yeah, probably 3 years then.
Oh.
But I mean, hey, maybe Overprime will come out soon and you can satiate your MOBA needs soon.
I check their Twitter every goddamn day.
Overprime?
Yeah, I do. They just now put out like statistics and like thanked people that did the closed beta to there'll be news in the future. So that's been some wasted days checking that too.
That's unfortunate.
Though, interesting in those statistics, I thought it was a pretty good number. The total number of participants in the PS5 closed beta, 15,000, a little over 15,000.
Nice.
I think that's not bad for what it is.
Hey, I mean,
I have nothing to correlate it to, really, but I think that's not bad for a remake of a dead game on console.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm sad about? Because I just went on here hoping to find... Because I'm sure they have... Well, maybe into the media tab, but I'm sure they have a Discord, and I don't see a link.
Oh, yeah, but I'm on their Discord.
Oh, you finally downloaded Discord after me telling you for 20 years now? Well, not 20, but you know what I mean.
I did download it last time I played 14 also.
It's because Discord is fucking amazing for so many other things than just video games.
Sadly, it's just the same news that they put out on their website that I check daily.
Yeah, I'll have to find a different way to find... Oh, wow, huh? I mean, the artwork, but yes, Shimbi does just kind of look different.
She has a different face, for sure. Like, for sure. I'm gonna be on that like fucking Donkey Kong.
Oh, me too. If you're saying it plays as smooth as it does and everything, because the one that we played, the Girl Sparrow, yeah, Fault was. Maybe it was because I'm not used to mouse and keyboard very well. This one, the new characters, Zayna.
Yes.
It just wasn't all that good, you know what I mean? So, but I have missed the game, Paragon in general. Not that I missed this game. I haven't played this version of it. That's a badass Greystone skin.
There's some really badass skins that I didn't see from like back in the Paragon days too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice and comforting that they're going to make new content already too. I'm too excited for it, for not having any information for when it's coming.
Right. Well,
especially when they said first closed beta. But that means if they do another, I'll let you know right away.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to, at some point, either today or later, I'll find my way into their Discord. So then I'll have
instant notification for it.
Yeah, I'll have access to.
Yeah, my notifications are off. So if I don't tell you, tell me when you see it.
Oh, I turn all my notifications, because if you have notifications on for a Discord server, you get notifications for so much shit.
Oh, yeah,
even if they don't tag, because like I'll still get notifications on servers if someone does like an everyone and at everyone.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't get notifications for anything, because fuck that. People just start talking in there, and then you're just getting a bazillion notifications a day, and I'm like, nope, this server is muted as soon as I join it.
It's the era of MOBAs for me.
Well, I beat Baldur's Gate, so I'll need something to do. But there's nothing really coming out for me yet. I mean, the new... We talked about it earlier. The new Fate Samurai Remnant.
Yeah.
But again, it just doesn't have enough servants that I know about for me to be interested in buying it. You know what I mean? Because it's a $70 game that's warrior-esque, but not warrior. You know what I mean? It's just a hack and slash.
Yeah.
But then, like, I don't know, man.
We're spoiled for good games right now. It's hard to go buy a mid game.
Yes. And actually, I was thinking, because... Because the Yiz 10 Nordic that I was telling you I was super excited for. I was like, it should have came out yet, didn't it? It did. September 28th. But it's Japan only, and I didn't know that. So I think I'm going to have to wait like a whole nother year for that game to come out in North America. Because they said that, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh, time for me to go to PSN and buy this game. And only up to 9 was there, and I was sad. Big sad. Because the only other games... Well, only other, I say, is I had that massive list. Let me open that list again. Starfield, probably not going to play it. I'm probably going to get a refund from Steam from that.
Should put that towards Cyberpunk.
Hmm.
It's not, obviously not space, but it has everything that all the other, like, selling points of what Starfield promised to be. Like, just a really good story. I haven't been this edge on the seat for all dialogue and shit in a long time.
Baldur's Gate 3, I just beat that, so that's good. Spider-Man 2, Persona 3 Remake, Persona 5 Tactica, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is... I think it's actually like January, maybe December for that. Dragon's Dogma 2. I forget the release date on that. Fate Samurai is on here. I don't know about that. And then Stellar Blade and Cry Machina. But those are 2 games that I saw a brief trailer of. I'm like, oh, that looks interesting.
And then if you're going to say off of brief trailers, you need to put Tenkaichi 4 on there.
Yes. But that doesn't have anything for trailers or release date or window of anything yet, so I don't know about that for now. And then I guess the next big super anticipated one for me would be the next FF7 remake part 2. What?
Just one line that brought me some hopium. The company plans to gradually expand the game's release to other regions. That's some good hopium, though.
Yes.
That's a very definitive statement. Because they're saying other regions other than the Chinese and Korean versions that are going to come out. And and on top of Southeast Asia and East Asia. So beyond that, it's good. It's a good sign. Sorry, I'm in full cope.
No, you're fine. Have you seen anything of... I mean, yes, you have, because you watch everything Asmongold does.
Yeah.
Lords of the Fallen.
I didn't actually watch the gameplay. I did listen to some of it, though.
It's basically...
My problem is I'm not buying any Souls-like till I beat some of my Souls games.
I was literally just going to say, it's literally just the next Souls-like.
Yeah. Well, I was tempted to buy Lies of P, but I'm not going to buy Lies of P when I haven't beaten Elden Ring, Sekiro, or Bloodborne. The 3 I own.
Definitely Elden Ring should be up there.
Elden Ring's going to be first, because it's my favorite of the 3. I'll probably play Sekiro again after that. Because Sekiro is the most different from all of them. But also the hardest.
Have you played any more of 7 Remake? Because I know you said you kind of wanted to get on that before the second one comes out.
Yeah, I do. But I mean, it's not going to take me long to beat the game either.
No, and I mean, I'm sure you're not trying to 100% it. You're just trying to get through the story.
I'm literally just going to try to beat the game. Maybe do a couple side quests to get some extra levels, but not even all the side quests.
What about Baldur's Gate? You and your partner played any of that?
No, and I might start playing my file again.
Nice, because I beat it now. Cranian, my wife is... She's in Act 3 now, so she's been in there for a while.
She's actually telling me.
Oh, nice. Yeah, she's big into it. It's
in Act 2.
Basically all she does now.
Not sure if I mentioned it, but I did murder the person that puts up the barrier around the inn just to see what would happen.
And then reloaded or continued?
Oh, no, I reloaded. That combat it puts you in after that is murder.
Oh, yeah, because you have to fight the whole town, I assume.
One person doesn't turn. I think it's Jahira. I think she's the only person in town that doesn't turn into like one of the darkness-soaked zombie things.
Oh.
And there's like another 5 at the entrance to the area. So altogether, it was like 20 dudes. And I was like, with just us and Jahira, with the blight going on too. Because your blessing from the girl goes away too when she dies. But I did open my journal. It's like, excellent. Awaits your reward for your evil deed. Because I'm Dark Urge.
Yeah.
Because it's the reason I did it. The Dark Urge voice narration was going nutty. And like my options, I think I sent you them where it was like, kill, maim. Your blood will make a great sacrifice to
Baal, I assume.
Yeah.
Because he's the murder god.
Oh, I didn't even know. Yeah. So I did do that, and I did indeed reload.
There's a bank in Act 3 in the city that you can go to. So there's a quest for it, but I couldn't figure out. Apparently, because I remember you walk in the front gate, and it's just kind of like a bank. There's some guards and there's bank tellers. You go up to them, and they're like, "Hey, I need to get in there," because I had a quest inside there, and they're like, it was something like 3,000 gold as a deposit that they keep for you to go look at a vault or a check. And I had failed the check, and it was kind of mid-high roll, and I was like, "Fuck that." So I was like, "How do I get in there?" And I could see that kind of down behind it, there was a way in behind it, so I had to figure out some way to get there. So you can by jumping over some boats, right? And you can go in the back of the building. But there's mad guards on the back side of the building, too. So I started combat, killed a bunch of them. But now the whole bank aggroes me anytime I walk towards it anyway. So I did some fighting on the backside. There's a bazillion chests on all the boats. Most of them have DC 20 lock picks on them, too. So I'm like, ugh. This sucks.
I'll be set on that. I'm proficient, baby.
Well, Jahira was for me. So when I came back with Jahira for a different quest, I was like, oh shit. She has like plus 12 on all of my rolls for lockpicking. Let's go back to those boats. And then while I was there, I did the rest of the bank. So I was like, all right, let me try going through the front and do this. Well, I came through the front door, and as I came in there, the whole inside of the bank, immediately combat started with me. And there's like 12 dudes. Most of them are level 11, 12, and I was only like 10 at the time.
Yeah.
and most of them were paladin-esque, so they all have divine smite. So that first attack they do is like 3 attacks with divine smite. Ridiculous amount of damage. Ridiculous. So I'm like, how am I going to do this? But I was like, wait a minute. This is the one fight that I've been in this entire game where I start in the advantage spot. You guys have the disadvantage in the sense that you have to funnel through a doorway to get to me.
Fireball?
No, firewall.
Okay.
So I put a wall of fire through the whole fucking door and then made it long on the inside. And then Cleric has one. I don't know if it's just a spell that anyone can get, but I put it on Shadowheart. Yeah. It's a wall of blades. So I sent a screenshot of it in a video to this group chat the night I did it.
Is it different than Storm of Blades? Because I have the one that's like a little circle of
It is
daggers.
different. It's a line of it, and it's just a whole bunch of spears and shit. So I lined, and it makes it difficult terrain. So they have to walk through it. So both of them do mad damage. So I put both of those in the full doorway. So all of them have to walk through that. And then while they're walking through it, they're slowed. So sometimes they might not get through it all with an entire...
more of it.
Yeah. Some of them made it through, but then it's just one.
But then you still have actions. Like...
Yeah. And then you're standing in front of my character that has 3 attacks per turn, plus an action surge to give me 3 more. And then I got Karlach, who's a barbarian, just standing there waiting for you. Then also, Gale's way at the back, because I swear, the game's AI
they love killing
makes
Gale.
you target Gale first.
And I reload every time like Gale dies now because I'm not losing Scratch to his aura ever again.
Well, once you get past a certain thing, that goes away.
Good.
When he gets his orb under control or whatever.
Pain in the fucking ass.
Go talk to the old dude. He'll get rid of it.
Go talk to... Oh, him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hal Minster or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Big generic wizard man.
Yeah, he'll take care of it for you. You'll never have to do that again, and then he'll die just like any other character.
Because he's not worth Scratch. And I can't just kill him and leave him.
It was just glorious, dude. I'd just stand back. They would all funnel through. There'd be weight in there. I'd throw a fireball in there. I was just so happy. So I killed everyone inside the bank and then just looted the whole bank. I got mad fucking gold off that. I was opening chests with like 800 gold in each chest. Damn. I was like swimming in the money. And then diamonds and rubies and other things that you can just sell. I was just rolling in that money. I bought a chess piece for 10,000 gold.
Damn.
Later in the game just because I had nothing else to spend on. I was like, that chess piece looks cool.
I'm taking it. So I traded a bunch of swords, got the price down to like, I think it was 6,000 or 7,000 gold I had to put up. You know, swords are only like 25 gold a piece after a while. So I'm like, damn, I got like nothing valuable to sell this guy. But some of the decisions I made at the end, I feel like I could have done stuff differently. Like my wife in the inn. Have you explored the whole inn area? If you talked to people outside, or you just go straight in and talk to the people inside the inn? I told you, I talked to Damon, I talked to the Ox, I talked to...
Okay, so Damon's the one I was...
Yeah.
The Karlach stuff.
Yeah.
So he asks for infernal metal to cool down her engine.
Yeah, you know what's sad though? At first I talked to him without Karlach, so I made a couple, like 3 armor pieces out of infernal metal at first.
That's what my wife did. She was able to find another one to cool, but I never did that. So I never got the armor set.
I don't know if I have the full set. I have like 3 pieces.
Right. It's a badass set. My wife has it.
It's really good, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's cool. But I think because I didn't do that, later on in the game, you find enriched or empowered infernal metal. And I found that guy again in the city, but he has nothing to mention. So it's like Karlach's store. So I don't know if because he didn't make it the first time, that maybe it's an upgrade for the armor.
Yeah, because I still had enough infernal metal to do something with her heart, like story-wise. Because I brought her back there. I think I still had 2 pieces of infernal iron, and he did do some sort of tuning up, but we need to do another thing for her.
The infernal irons are all over the city. They're fucking everywhere.
Okay, good.
So I just sold them all because I know of.
I was about to sell them because it's so much stuff in the inventory.
I know of 2 solutions other than fixing her engine, and I can still do the other one because I saved right before the final stuff. I made a separate save file, so if I wanted to, I can redo like the final confrontation, like where it tells you there's no turning back from this point. You know, I was like, well, time to make a new save for later, so I can go through because even from then, you still have like 3 options that you can make with just that stuff on top of all the options you've made before. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of different endings you can get. So I could still get some other endings, and I know of some ways that I can still do it. So maybe I'll go back, but I'm kind of just putting Baldur's Gate to the side for now because I played.
This is a big investment.
96 hours.
Yeah.
That's what I think was my final time. 96 or 97 hours.
Game of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my wife were talking about that. Be like, what games could possibly go about it? And I was like,
I think Tears of the Kingdom's the only competitor.
Yeah, but then she was saying that the Zelda fan base really wasn't liking it too much. So
I don't know. Some people did some creative shit with it, though.
Yeah, I was like, it's still a good game. Yeah. And then I was like, because she loved.
I still think Baldur's Gate should take it, but I think that's the only competitor.
The other one would be Hogwarts Legacy, but I don't think it would be because of the controversy around it or whatever.
I also just think it did do. I mean, it did great.
It did.
I was gonna say revolutionary. I was gonna say like reinventing the wheel wise.
But I mean, if I listen, that castle. Just I'm not even a big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah,
but I would load that game up just to walk through Hogwarts again, man. The amount of work they put into that fucking castle, I was like, this is fucking amazing. Like, you should just like too bad I have it digital. I was like, I'll just give it to you just so you can play through just walking through the castle. That's all you need to do. It's just that. It's just, and the fan base loved it because like I think that the whole controversy around it helped the game
it definitely
more.
Did.
Because everyone was covering it,
More
too.
people talked about it.
I hated that whole situation. Just play the game. If you like Harry Potter, play the fucking game. It's a great game. It has nothing to do with J.K. Rowling. And whoop-de-doo, she said some tweets.
Yeah. Still think Baldur's Gate sweeps, though.
But yes, Baldur's Gate is just better.
Starfield's not taking that.
What else is there? What else came out
not big enough in scope to take it.
Nope. And Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2, actually, I think would be a competitor, but I still think Baldur's Gate is so fresher.
Yeah, and
it's been it's a great time to give another genre the belt for a bit.
Yeah, and like Spider-Man 2 is a continuation of a game, so of 2 games otherwise. So it's technically a third game of it because there's Spider-Man, then there's
I would say the same of Baldur's Gate, but I mean it's also the follow-up to a game from decades ago.
Yeah, this is a follow-up to a game from 4 years. When did Spider-Man 2?
At most 6. I can't.
2018, 19?
Actually, I had no clue when Spider-Man 1 came out. Not about to Siri that one. I'm not going to get the answer. I want to know it. Spider-Man 1 PS5.
Yeah, there's so many Spider-Man 1s. Or Spider-Man 2, the movie. Spider-Man 2, the game, PS2 game.
2018, you nailed it.
Oh, nice. It's like it had to have been around the same time.
Siri would have could have failed the shit out of me.
God of War, 2018.
So I still think Baldur's Gate's going to sweep that shit.
Yeah, because there's nothing else. It's 16... Nah.
I don't see it happening.
Neither do I. I liked 16 a lot, but a lot of people...
I think a fighting game would get it, but I mean, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter 6 are in the conversation, at least.
Doubtful, though, because again, they just...
It's a fighting game. The scope of Baldur's Gate is so huge.
And literally everyone was talking about it when it was coming out.
You know, Game of the Year when companies are coming out saying, don't hold us to this standard.
And Diablo ain't shit.
No, I noticed I didn't say it. I mean, I like Diablo IV, but I still would never put it up there in that conversation. Armored Core's got a better chance than Diablo IV. Starfield has a better chance than Diablo IV.
I skimmed through those screenshots you posted.
It would be way too long to sum up on here.
Yeah. I was like, whatever. When it comes out, I'll see what you have to say.
Plus, there's another load of information coming out tomorrow. So by the time next week, I could probably just tell you everything.
Because they had said it was going to take multiple, because of how much is it fluff stuff, or is all of it like...
It's a shitload of quality of life. At least 1 hour of that stream was quality of life changes that are meaningful too.
All I care about, did the buff experience gain in any semblance of a way?
They claim that it'd be 40% faster from the 1 to 100. I don't know what specifically. There's changes like more mob density on top of the
because the last time they buffed experience, it was noticeable.
It was noticeable.
So if it's noticeable again...
So yeah, if I were to trust their word, I would think it's going to be pretty big.
Because that was my big thing. It's like I play for 2 hours.
Also more glyph experience from Nightmare Dungeons.
Glorious. I mean, I already have...
Because
my second glyph is already almost level 12.
For hard experience buffs, they are hard buffing the experience from Hell Tides and from Whisper Caches.
Whisper Caches already give a good chunk too, so... And
all of these things are going to reward the materials to fight the bosses now too. So, I mean, you're going to want to fight those bosses. So, when this patch comes out, I would say to log in to just do a little bit of everything to at least fight those bosses once each, which is new content.
Are they new Uber bosses or just regular bosses?
Oh, no, they're like big bosses. I don't know if they said they're not... The hardest one of them is still not going to be Uber Lilith hard because they tied the unique drops to these bosses, so they want more people to actually beat them. So Uber Lilith is still supposed to be the pinnacle.
So we'll see with this update if it gets me enough to continue playing the game. Because, like I said, right now my system hard drive is full because I have so many large games on it.
It's 8 days away.
Okay. So next Tuesday.
Yes.
That's 8 days from now.
The 17th, yeah.
Okay. I'll try it. I'm 84.5.
That's the other thing, too. You're already in the space where the new content is, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, World Boss spawns 3.5 hours now.
What was it before 6?
Yeah, it was 6.
I mean, World Bosses, they give you a rare cache.
And now materials to one of those unique bosses.
Materials? Well, what do you mean? You need to craft something to go fight them?
Yeah, kind of. You like it. It's different for each of them. Like one of them, you're literally gathering the body parts of the person to summon them, including their like heart. That's the Uber version of the boss from season 1. They're just putting into the base game now. 3 of them are new, and then Uber Duriel.
Oh, fuck him.
I know. I was like, they picked Duriel. Why?
I hated that fight. That fight was so infuriating.
And he drops the best loot. He's the one that drops the capped full rolled loot uniques. Like they're 920 guaranteed and all of the rolls are guaranteed like top rolled. So. I hated fighting him in Diablo 2. He's the one I sent a little clip of because all he does is auto you and like slither up and auto you, and all his autos do frost and poison damage. So you're slowed and he's just smacking away like a third of your health. I haven't seen a single clear of him that doesn't town portal back to town to get more potions and jump back into the fight.
Gross.
It's brutal. So I'm like, I'm not looking forward to doing that one again. I'm kind of am. I mean, he's the only boss in like one of the very few bosses in all of Diablo that threatened me. So
true, yeah. And whatever. I mean, like I said, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I still want to get to level 100 to experience like. Obviously, it's not going to be the pinnacle of my power that I could get to because there's always rerolling for better stats on those item level gears.
Reroll costs massively down.
Well, that's good, but maybe I'll start rerolling more than once.
Yeah, because that's the thing they said too. They said your first reroll might be a little bit more based on like the changes they made to the math, but the reroll increase is going way down. It's a lot.
We'll
but
see if
again,
it's also just a lot of like bullshit, because they could also be saying all these things, but then once implemented, they're not as great as the way they're hyping them up to be. You know what I mean?
true. I have a little bit of good faith based on like what you said before, where like the things they fixed before were what they said they were, at least.
Still no gem tab though, huh?
No, there's gem changes. That was in there. It's completely revamped, actually. Gems no longer drop at all. They drop a currency, and you only make the gems you need, and then you can salvage those gems for that material back to make the better level
What
gems.
happens to the gems I already have?
I'm assuming you salvage them for the material to make the higher level gems.
Because I use diamonds on the accessories, and that's it. Because
yeah, it's armor.
Armor.
Resistance changes, but we learn about that tomorrow.
And then on my armor side, I use red and orange, and that's it. Because red gives health and orange gives elemental resistance, I believe.
But for people like us that have like the max level gems, it's like keep 5 of each and just scrap the rest. Yeah.
And then never pick them up. And then I hate that I accidentally do pick them up sometimes. And
especially now that combining is never a thing. So if they add higher level gems, you just need that currency. So yeah, salvage.
Yeah, I'll salvage them all. Get rid of them.
But I like that though. So they're not dropping at all anymore. And as you move up the world tiers, you know how it's like sacred and ancestral. If things drop that are below that, like if it's not ancestral and you're in world tier 4, drops as the salvage instead.
Cool.
I like that. It's a lot of little quality of life changes.
On World Tier 4, I'll only see Sacred or Ancestral.
Yep.
I won't see
anything but legendaries. I'm assuming because the aspects could be good regardless of rarity. You'll see only Ancestral. You won't even see Sacred anymore on 4. Like they'll just drop as scrap.
Cool.
They increased a lot of gold gain across the board too to compensate. Like there's a lot of really good. Even Asmongold was saying like, you guys can keep shitting. I was shitting on the game 2 hours ago. You call me a shill now. I'm just reacting to what they're putting in front of me. Like they're good changes. But
so I'll keep it on my system. I won't delete it yet.
I think one of the smartest things they did though was that number, the 920 number. Because they've changed like how you get gear throughout so that it's like instead of this really huge random, the item power's like more closely tied to you and a little bit higher. So it's almost like they're changing the gear progression curve, which would suck for people that already have that max level because that wouldn't change it. So I think 920 is actually higher than the max level was in the game because I've never seen 900 item power. So I'm wondering if they raised the cap so that some people that are already there can have progression still.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm getting really technical with it, but I like that because a big number made my eyes flash.
I don't know if I'd be able to, so because Smite's last upgrade, I mean I don't play Smite right now. Update can't download on my system. I got the red exclamation point saying insufficient space. 14 was able to update the last time it did it, so its patch was obviously smaller than whatever Smite had. I haven't checked. But that means there's a 0% chance I download another game.
Don't play Cyberpunk. Don't play Cyberpunk.
Huge.
It's fucking 90 gigs, my dude. Oh. It's fucking enormous. The shop said 120. I was shitting bricks.
Jesus Christ, damn.
Actually,
why are games so much?
I remember sending a fucking text about it, being like, do you need my whole fucking hard drive, Cyberpunk?
That's ridiculous. I mean, because Diablo's like 85.
I have big chunky games on my hard drive right now. They're fucking huge. These are being some of these.
The only game right now, I mean, I could beat Hogwarts, delete that. I'm at the end, close to the end, and I got Yakuza like a dragon.
Which I'm sure if give you like a week with that, you'll hammer it out. Then again, you were hammering it out before.
I was, yes.
Now you're also past the management game, so it's all
have,
smooth
yes.
sailing
I
from
have
here.
Completed the management game. There is no need. There's no point in me doing it anymore because I don't get any more money out of it.
I'm actually almost thankful it didn't let me port the PS4 save to the PS5 version, so I'm just going to keep playing the PS4 version. And I have an external hard drive, so I can put all my PS4 games on that. So thankfully, Yakuza's not taking up any of my actual hard drive space.
On PS5,
Yeah. PS5 games I can't put on that hard drive, though.
I was just going to say, does that you can plug it in, though, and play Yakuza off the hard drive on your PS5?
Yep. All of my PS4 games I put on that, and it's a 2 terabyte external hard drive, so...
There you go. Double the space of the PS5.
Yeah, I don't even have that thing fucking half full.
Well, because when I had the PS4, my PS4, I went through... Because I don't delete games, you know that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't sell games and all that stuff. I keep all the games because I never know when I'd want to play it again. This stack, you guys obviously can't see it, but I have a stack of PS2 games here we've talked about before. I don't get rid of games because I'll plug one of these in. I'll play it for an hour.
I missed one of the GameCube games I sold.
But I have the original hard drive because replacing the hard drive in the PS4 is super easy. And I put a 1 terabyte in it. So I have my standard 500 gig for the PS4, and I have a 1 terabyte that's in my PS4 now. So both of those are full. When I finished off, before I got the PS5, my PS4 was full again. I was deleting stuff to get rid of it. Rid of space so I could download more stuff.
Sorry.
So I'm hoping that they make, at some point, a bigger... I mean, I could also just buy... I'm sure they make a compatible external hard drive for the PS5 rather. I'm sure it's already out
probably
there.
By now, yeah.
Or even soon enough, they'll make one. So either one that I can replace inside, like the PS4, or an external one that I can buy. Because I like having all my games, you know what I mean? I don't have to be like, oh, I want to play this game right now. Let me delete a few games and then go in the store and re-download this other one. And have to wait a half hour to play it because it's downloading. Especially some of the bigger ones. I mean, I'm hardwired in with my router and my download speed's pretty fast.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, I want to play it now. I want to press a button and play it.
Yeah, no, same.
But
I would genuinely hold out for this update.
I don't know how. I mean, there's no games coming out right now that I would be buying.
I want to do all the bosses with you. The new ones.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Because we're pretty close in level now too.
You're 89, I believe, right? With your druid.
Well, we'll have my sorcerer now too.
Oh yeah, that's
by
right.
then
you
he'll migrate
up with the second character to me.
Yeah, because by then he'll be migrated to the Eternal Realm.
Was it 79?
Yeah,
78?
I think around there, 79.
Double sorcerer.
Yeah, because I'm also wondering if we can bring each other to the fight. Like if you can farm that boss's mats, I can farm this boss's mats. Because I know they're tradable too.
But again, we're in the same party. So if we're able to do, like, I could do your, what do they call it? Strongholds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then I should be able to do whatever bosses you do
I imagine
on your
it has
server.
to work that way, yeah.
I would think so, because co-op is like that. You know what I mean? It's basically just online co-op when we party up. So, but we'll see. I'll do it. I'll do it. Maybe it'll get me to 100 this time.
Right.
Because
I still need to get to 100 too. It's not like I've done it on any of my characters.
Baldur's Gate, like I said, it's going to be I do plan to do another playthrough someday. It's just right now.
Yeah, I'm not about to delete Baldur's Gate either. I don't look forward to having to re-download that big boy.
Yeah, so I'm going to put that aside right now. I just played 100 hours of that. I lived it for the past 3 weeks, whatever. So I need some other stuff. I'm back into 14 right now. New patch came, so I'm actually playing that again.
I actually learned that with Diablo 3. I went to play that new Diablo 3 season. I'm like, no, I just need more time away from Diablo right now. I just do. I've played too much. I put like 350 hours into Diablo 4.
Damn.
At least.
That's a lot. I'm over 100, but I just don't know how much.
Triple what I put into Diablo 3. Total, like... I just need time away from it.
It's a lot.
Until the new patch. Then I'll be back. Because a lot of it, again, is progression stuff, so I'm going to feel that a lot more. The seasonal stuff.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even play Season 1. I had just no interest in that. I just stayed on the Eternal Realm.
Honestly, I would just wait for an expansion. After, if you wanted to go back for any content, like beyond doing a 1 level 100, I'd wait for an expansion. The seasonal stuff is more just, here's some new mechanics while you play another character.
Yeah, no thanks.
Like even Season 2, like the powers are cool, don't get me wrong, like but it's like a new legendary effect, kind of, stacked on top of all of your other ones.
Well, like I said when I first started playing it, I don't think this is going to be a very long-term game. I mean, maybe for an expansion if this thing, like whatever new class was like, oh, that's cool.
Or cool story beats.
Yeah.
I'm excited for where the story could go from here. I want to see what Heaven looks like. I think I said it leading up to the game's release, and I say it again now. We haven't seen Heaven as the Diablo community, that is, hasn't seen Heaven since Diablo marched on it and fucked up Imperius, broke the Crystal Arch, and I think they lost another 2 angels since that happening too.
Yeah, so it's probably going to look a lot like hell.
That's what I'm
just brighter.
That's what I'm kind of really hoping. Like that could be such a rad expansion. I don't think that would even be the next one though. I think obviously Mephisto's going to be the big boy focus, of the next one.
With what's her name? I forgot her name already.
Nabrel? I think I just pulled that out of my ass. I didn't expect to remember it, to be honest with you.
I'm gonna go with that's the one.
I'd
play that though. But if we're going to Heaven, okay, yeah. I still want to know what's up with Mephisto. So story beats might keep me around.
Classes would be better. Obviously, I'm excited for more classes.
With seasons and all of this stuff coming up, if I can get to 100 and then beat Ubulith, I'll delete the game until expansion. I'll re-download it and play it again.
That's what I would recommend to you.
Because fuck having 85 gigs sitting on my PlayStation forever.
I still hate Path of Exile, it seems, so I'm going to keep playing before. I'm going to give Path of Exile another try when they have a next league, because I just hated this league mechanic so much. I entered into the mechanic once. It was like a tower defense that you're playing as an ARPG still. I just got my ass like wiped and just didn't enjoy the general vibe of it. I was like, no, I'll wait till next season. My build already sucks. I'm just gonna just didn't see it get much better from there, so I was like, I'll just wait till next season for that.
Yeah, probably the best move.
Thankfully, it seems like, I don't know if there's like a silent whispers between the Diablo devs, each of the Diablo devs and the Path of Exile people, but they all kind of space out the start of their seasons, it seems, with each other.
I mean, you'd want to do it that way anyway, because you don't want competition.
Yeah, the no-lights are literally finished their season in like a week. Like Diablo IV, Rax was just fucking going into the opening of a stronghold, killing everyone, reloading the game instead of finishing the stronghold so he can fight that same mob density. He was 100 in like the first week of Diablo IV Season 1. You
keep the experience you gain, and so you just shut the game
before you finish the boss and do the finish the stronghold, so that you can keep fighting those mobs specifically.
Damn.
It looked boring as fuck to do, though.
Just gonna say that.
I would never. But
how many times
hats off to him.
Yeah, how many times did he do it too?
It wasn't even half the stronghold he would clear before he would reload in.
Well, good on him, I guess. But
yeah.
I think that's a good place to wrap it.
Indeed, indeed.
Some Diablo in our future, I guess. We'll see.
Hoping an Armored Knight will be that in the first expansion. I'm also really hoping, I'm not going to hold them to the standard, because barely any games would, but I'm really hoping it's more than one class on the expansion. I just don't want to see like 3,000 of the same class on the map. Not that you see people all the fucking time, but
yeah. Well,
but I'm not gonna shit on them if they only put out one class at the same time.
makes sense.
Just make an Armored Knight though, whether it's the Blood Knight that you put into Diablo Immortal or a Paladin.
I'd play that. I like Armored Knights, so.
They're synonymous. The fucking canonically, a Paladin was the end of Diablo 1 because he was taken over by Diablo going into Diablo 2. So I just think you gotta have an Armored Knight.
Absolutely.
God, the shields in the game, I think Necro's the only one that can fucking use them. Come on, give us the sword and shield class.
Give us something. But
yeah.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom. The Kagurabachi podcast.
Episode 34.
Bachi cast.
Bachi cast.
Podgura Bachi cast.
Peace.
Well, it's gonna make a banger title.